for commerce. You've been lied to for commerce, that they inject you with things that make you sick that they can make money off of. And they paint it over as safe and effective and necessary. And you see the pictures on the CDC of these smiley, happy little people. Oh, I'm getting vaccinated. They have no idea what's going into their body. So education, information, getting people to band together in your local communities. I think people need to take this information to their local police, because it's the police that are becoming the enforcement arm. Now they're doing this whole, I looked at it last night. Johns Hopkins is offering an online tracer course to teach people to be tracers, to who you've been next to. As of last night, 3.7 million people had looked at that site, and already 63,000 people had signed up to take this course to be a tracer. It's free.
What does the tracer do?
The tracer is going to be the snitches. They're going to be the ones that go with the doctors door to door to take your samples, like they're doing in Washington State right now. Door to door to test everybody. And then if you're tested, who were you in contact with this week? Who did you go to the grocery store with? Who did you see at your work? Who are people that are around you if you happen to be positive? We don't even know what being positive means, Brian. I mean, that's the whole thing about this testing. What does it mean to be positive? They aren't testing the virus. They're not like taking a swab of your nose or your throat and taking it back to a lab and seeing if you can grow out the virus. Why? Because viruses don't grow and they don't follow Koch's postulates. They aren't even testing for the actual viral particles itself. What is it? What are they testing for? And if they do if they do PCR testing, that test will always, always, always be positive, even if there's the teeny tiniest little bit of coronavirus RNA in your blood from a coronavirus infection that you may have had 5 years ago. If you get a blood test or saliva or a nasal swab test and they use PCR testing on it, if there's a tiny little bit of that messenger RNA in your blood, you will be positive. But you have to have a whole and intact virus for it to be infective. So now they're saying positive, and you hear it on the news, this person positive. What does that mean? The testing isn't even accurate. And they're doing things with nasal swabs and throat swabs, and they're checking stools. And now I heard the other day that they're going to go to sewage plants, and they're going to test the sewage to see if there's coronaviruses in there. And now they're talking about home testing with finger sticks, with blood testing. If you have an IgG antibody, it's not specific enough to say that it's the SARS-CoV-2 virus. It could be an IgG antibody, which means you've had an infection somewhere in your life by a coronavirus. But are they going to say that that's positive? And what if you don't have the IgG antibody? Are they going to say that you're susceptible and now you need to stay inside because you might get sick? I mean, in the home testing kits that they have so far, that you get a finger stick, it's not like a pregnancy test where you get, you do your urine specimen and you find out the answer in the privacy of your own home. You find out if you're pregnant or not. If you do this little blood stick, you have to put it in and send it into the lab. Well, if the lab finds out you're positive, whatever that means, if then are they going to call the tracers to come to your house and take out your kids? Because they're already talking about that. They're already talking about in a family of 5, mom, dad, and 3 kids in a small house with 1 bathroom. If they come to your house and they test you and you're positive, does it mean they take out the positive person and the rest of you are quarantined? And where are they going to move them to? Because the positive person has to have their own bathroom. This is all the stuff that's burbling around in the background. And unless you're following this closely, you just don't even hear about it that much. And so does that give you bad dreams at night? Yeah, it does. Me too.
Yeah, now I'm hearing
where